Kadosh Boker Or, Mishna Yomi Masechet Orayot, Perek Gimel, chapter 3. Mishnah Bet and Gimel, Mishnah 2 and 3. כהן משיח שבר ממשיחותו, ואחר כך חטא, וכן הנשיא שבר מגדולתו, ואחר כך חטא. כהן משיח מביא פר, והנשיא כאדיוט. So imagine right now you have a Kohen Mashiach that he was avar mimshichato, which means he left his position. He was a right of anointment, and then he did a sin, but it was only afterwards. But he already left the position. Or a nasi, that he was a king, right, and then he left his position of importance, and then he committed the sin. Or Kohen Mashiach bevi par. So in this case, the Kohen Mashiach is going to be a par, because even though he was removed from his position, he still has the sanctity of a Kohen Gadol. And the Nasi also is the same thing, meaning that even though he was removed from his throne, right, he brings offering bread of an ordinary person, meaning the Kohen Mashiach, he's still going to bring a par because he's still considered like a Kohen Gadol. He still has the sanctity of a Kohen Gadol, right? And therefore, he's like a Kohen Mashiach. But the king is different because once he's removed from king, he's not he's a regular person now. So he just brings a regular khatat. So he's just incredible. That means a Kohen Gadol, a Kohen, still always keeps his status as Kohen Gadol, even though he's not Kohen Gadol anymore. For whatever reason, he was removed, whatever, he's still a Kohen Gadol. Yeah, exactly. A mum, a blemish, or whatever. He's still a Kohen Gadol. But the king, once he's off, he's off. He's a regular person. Okay, next, Mishnah Gimel. Chatu ad shelo itmanu. What happens right now if they sinned, right, before they were appointed as king or anointed king, a Kohen, and then afterwards he became the king or the Kohen, meaning they sinned beforehand. So then it's like a normal person. Because remember, it all goes according to the time of the sin. So since at the time of the sin they were normal people, so it goes according to normal people. Okay, Rabbi Shimon says, if before they were appointed to their positions, they realized that they had sinned, but they were appointed before they brought their offerings, chayavim, they're obligated to bring a standard chatat. According to Rabbi Shimon and according to Rabbi, he says the offering of a regular person in some of the status at the time of sin and at the time when he realizes it's a sin. That means according to Rabbi Shimon, it's both. So since these people were ordinary citizens at both times, so then they bring a regular chatat. But he says, right, but mishnit menu peturin. Now they become patur bichlal. He says why? He says they can't bring the regular ordinary citizens, and they can't bring the one of the extra one because they weren't there either. So they don't bring anything. They become completely patur. Right? He says ve'ezeu nasi. Who is the nasi that we're talking about? It's the melech. Because I would have thought the nasi just means the prince of a tribe. He says no, it's the king. Right? Nasi she'en al gabav ela Hashem Elokav. The nasi is somebody that the only one on top of him is Hashem Elokav, meaning a prince of a tribe, but there's still the king on top of him. He says no. Here, the only one on top of him is Hashem Elokav. So that means he's the only one that's on top. So it has to be obviously a king that nobody else is on top of him.